The digital clock on the wall glows with an eerie red light, its numbers reading 01:12 a.m. For a moment the world is still, suspended in the deep silence of the night. Then, with an almost imperceptible click, the numbers shift to 01:13 a.m. The silence is immediately shattered. A faint piercing cry of a child echoes from somewhere far away, a sound filled with unimaginable sorrow. Just as quickly as it began, the cry is choked off, replaced by a tense, low-frequency hum that seems to vibrate through the very air. The camera jolts, cutting rapidly between images of empty, darkened school corridors. Rows of lockers stand like silent sentinels, and classroom doors are slightly ajar, revealing only deeper shadows within. The atmosphere is thick with a sense of dread, a feeling that something is profoundly wrong. The camera begins to move, gliding slowly and deliberately through the abandoned halls of the school. It pans across classrooms frozen in time, where broken chairs lie overturned and blackboards are covered in a thick layer of dust. The only light comes from the flickering fluorescent bulbs overhead, which cast long dancing shadows that twist into unsettling shapes. Each flicker feels like a failing heartbeat, a struggle against the encroaching darkness. The color is drained from the world, leaving a desaturated, almost monochromatic palette of grays and deep blacks. Static-filled footage from CCTV cameras offers a cold, detached view of the emptiness. Dust motes drift lazily through the air, but then, for just a fraction of a second, an unidentifiable shadow flits across the far end of a hallway, too quick to be registered, yet leaving a lingering sense of unease. The low ambient horror music is a constant hum, underscored by the subtle whistle of wind through a broken window pane. Distant, barely audible footsteps echo from an unknown source, and if you listen closely, you can almost hear soft, sibilant whispers coming from the walls themselves. Then, for a fleeting moment, you see it. A blurry shadow, the distinct shape of a small child, appears at the very end of a long corridor, before vanishing as if it were never there. The sound of a child crying returns, slightly louder this time, but still distant, a sound of pure, heart-wrenching sorrow. The camera cuts to a dusty blackboard in an empty classroom. As we watch, a small, child-sized handprint begins to materialize on the dusty surface, a perfect, chilling impression. It lingers for a moment, before slowly fading away into nothingness, leaving no trace behind. The child's cries grow more distinct, no longer just a sound but an emotion, a deep, inconsolable grief that seeps into the silence. The music shifts subtly, weaving a more melancholic and terrifying melody that plucks at the nerves. As the clock ticks past 01:13 a.m., the school's atmosphere darkens both literally and figuratively. The lights begin to flicker violently, strobing in a chaotic rhythm, before plunging entire sections of the school into absolute, suffocating darkness. In the brief flashes of light, objects in the classrooms appear to have moved. A forgotten teddy bear on a desk is now on the floor. A textbook lying open on a table is now slammed shut. The crying intensifies, sounding much closer now, more desperate and urgent. The glimpses of the ghost child become more frequent, though still maddeningly partial. A small, translucent figure is visible for a second at the edge of the frame, a wisp of a presence that is there and then gone. CCTV footage shows chairs scraping across floors in empty rooms and doors creaking open on their own. The child's haunting cries are now the dominant sound, accompanied by sudden sharp noises that jolt the senses. A locker door slams shut with a deafening bang, the sound of glass shattering echoes from a nearby room. The music swells to a disorienting, suspenseful climax. The perspective shifts to a first-person view. You are walking slowly down a darkened corridor, your unseen footsteps the only sound besides the ever-present crying. But now the crying seems to be coming from directly behind you. You stop. Your gaze fixes on the dark pane of a classroom window. In the faint reflection, you see yourself, and standing just behind you, a faint, shadowy child. Its form is indistinct, but its presence is undeniable. As you stare, frozen in terror, the reflection distorts. The child lunges forward, and the screen is consumed by black. Silence reigns for a moment, then dark red text slowly fades in. If you're watching this video at night, lock your school doors. The words hang in the darkness, spoken by a deep, calm, and terrifying male voice as the child's cry fades into a long, chilling drone, and then into absolute silence.